Good morning to all. So, let us start with exercise 10.2 and question number 1. So, I will be covering up to question number 8 today through this lecture. So, first question in your book, from a point Q, the length of the tangent to a circle is 24. So from a point Q, the length of the tangent is given, that is QP is equal to 24, and the distance of the Q from the center of the circle is given 25. So Q to P is 24 and Q to O is 25. You need to determine the radius of the circle. So you are getting a right triangle over there, and this is the application of the first theorem I explained to you, that is radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So OP is perpendicular to QP, hence QOP is a right triangle. Then apply the Pythagoras and calculate the required one. You will be getting the length OP, that is the radius of this circle, is equal to 7 cm. So direct application of the theorem, radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Then in second question, the figure is given to you, and you just can see in this given figure, you are getting a quadrilateral over there, that is OQTP, and OQ and OP are the radii, and TP and TQ are the tangents. So radius again is perpendicular to the tangent. In that way, this angle at P and angle at Q both will be again equal to 90 degree each. Why 90 degree? Because again radius is perpendicular to the tangent, and O is given 110. Now apply the quadrilateral subangle property here in this and get the fourth one. The answer will be equal to 70 degree. Question 3 is, if tangent PA and PB from a point P to a circle with center O are inclined to each other at an angle of 80 degree, then angle POA is equal to 4 options are given, and you need to calculate this angle POA. That is, I explained theorem number 2 to you, and in that I said if we are joining this point which is lying outside the circle to the center, then line joining the center with this point, divide this whole angle into 2 equal angles. So this angle is inclining at an angle of 80 degrees, so we'll be getting divided into 40 degrees each, as we have proved those two triangles congruent on the day of proof we did. So each angle will be divided into 40 each. Radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So when I will be studying this triangle OAP here, so this one angle is 40, one is 90. Easily I can go for the calculation of angle POA, which somewhere will be coming is equal to 50 degree. That is the solution for your question number 3. In question number 4, prove that the tangents drawn at the ends of a diameter of a circle are parallel. So already I have explained to you during the first exercise that maximum at a time we can draw the two tangents parallel to each other. So here you are given with the diameter AB. So and you need to prove that XY is parallel to PQ, because A and B are the end points of the diameter, and two tangents are drawn to these 2 points, and we need to prove these tangents are parallel to each other. So when you need to prove the parallel, you have 3 options available with you. So again I am taking you to the theorem. Radius OA is perpendicular to the tangent XY. Radius OB is perpendicular to the tangent BQ. In that way, I can say angle OAX is 90, angle OBQ is also 90. So if I will comparing these two angles are interior alternate angles. So by the property of parallel lines, once you have proved a pair of alternate angles equal, the lines will be parallel to each other. That is XY is parallel to PQ. So that is the solution for your question number 4. Now question 5 is, prove that the perpendicular at the end point of a contact to the tangent to a circle passing through the center. So prove that the perpendicular at the end point, here it is, O is the center suppose, and P is the end point, and the tangent is there. So I have given that OP is perpendicular to XY, and what do I need to prove? That O is the center of the circle. So first of all, O is not given the center. I have to prove that O is the center of the circle. So let us say here OP is given perpendicular to XY. So O is the center of the circle. I need to prove. Let us say O dash is the center of the circle instead of O. Suppose O is not the center and O dash is the center. If O dash is the center, then definitely your O dash P will be perpendicular to XY. So if O dash P is perpendicular to XY, then O dash PY will be equal to 90 degree, as we know that radius is perpendicular to the tangent again. But you are given that OP is perpendicular to XY, so angle OPY is also equal to 90 degree. If OPY is also 90 and O dash PY is also equal to 90 degree, there is a clash, and which is not possible at all until unless O dash will get coincide with O or O will coincide with O dash. So hence what happens, this is possible if and if only these 2 points will be coinciding with each other. So radius, if it is perpendicular to the tangent, definitely will be passing through the center, whether that is O dash or O, that is understood. So when these two will be coinciding, only one center is possible. So the radius always is passing through the center of the circle. So that we need to prove. Then number 6 is the length of the tangents PA and PB from point P to a circle with center O are inclined to each other at an angle of 80 degree. So this is question number 6 now we are doing. The length of tangent point A at a distance of 5 cm from the center of the circle is 4 cm. You need to determine the radius of the circle. So again somewhere we are back to your question number 1 or question number 3. The same property like we did here. Same thing you will be getting again. You will be back to the property of your right triangle, and you can apply the Pythagoras theorem and get the value of OP, that will give you the radius is equal to 3 cm. I hope all of you can do that. Question number 7 is, two concentric circles are of radii 5 cm and 3 cm. So find the length of the chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle. So as already I told you, read the question carefully sentence to sentence. So first sentence, there are two concentric circles. So I have drawn one circle C1, that is a smaller one, and another circle C2, that is a bigger one with the common center, because concentric circles are those centers which do have a common center. So two circles with common center O, C1 and C2, and a chord of the bigger circle. Now you know the line joining the endpoints lying on the circumference of a circle is called the chord of the circle. So chord of the bigger circle touches the smaller circle somewhere at P. This is given. Now you need to prove that find the length of the chord of the larger circle. So you need to find the length of this chord PQ and radii of both the circles. That is the smaller one C1 and C2 are given to you. So write all this information, and when you will be joining the radii OT and OP. So now OT is the radius and this is the tangent to the smaller circle. So radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Again I am taking you back to the application of this theorem. Radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So up to this question number 7, very clearly you see one part we are covering, that is theorem number 1. All these are the application of the theorem. Radius is perpendicular to the tangent. In that way you are getting a right triangle, and which will help you to get the length of PT. Somewhere you will be getting is equal to 4. Now you need to go back to your class 9, where you studied that PQ is the chord, and this is the perpendicular line drawn through the center perpendicular to the chord bisect the chord. This was theorem number 3 in class 9 when we started the circle. So you have calculated the length of PT somewhere is equal to 4. So T is the midpoint now, because this bisects, radius is the bisector chord, perpendicular bisector. So divides this chord into two equal parts. So PT is equal to 4. So PQ will be equal to twice of 4. That is equal to 8 centimeter. So length of the bigger chord will be coming somewhere is equal to 8 centimeter. So first 7 questions are the application of the theorem number 1, radius is perpendicular to the tangent. And the 8th question I am taking, a quadrilateral ABCD is given to you which circumscribes a circle, and you have to prove AB plus CD. AB plus CD is equal to AD plus BC. So here is ABCD is a quadrilateral. So draw the quadrilateral which circumscribes a circle, means this is the circle and all the 4 sides touching the circle somewhere at P, Q, R and S. And I need to prove the length of the opposite side. Sum of the length of the opposite sides of the circumscribing quadrilateral is equal to the other 2 sides. Now you see, now we are getting into the application of our second theorem. Tangent drawn through a point lying outside the circle are equal. So here you can see, if I take this point A, this is lying somewhere outside the circle. From A to P, AP is the tangent, and from A to S, again you can see AS is the tangent. In that way I can manage AP is equal to AS, and these are the tangents to the circle from an external point lying outside the circle. Similarly, here you can see BP will be equal to PQ, CR will be equal to CQ, and DR will be equal to DS. So all this information I have written here by using the common property. Tangent drawn to a circle from the external point are all equal in length. So now accordingly I will be adding the left hand side to the right hand side. So I will get AP plus BP plus CR plus DR is equal to AS plus BQ plus CQ plus DS. Now you need to prove AB. So AB is the sum of AP plus PB. So AP plus PB will give you AB. And CR plus DR, you can see when you will be adding, so CR plus DR will give you CD. Similarly, in the right hand side, you need somewhere is AD. So AD is what? AS and DS. You can find these 2 parts, AS and DS are the parts of right hand side, and that will help you to get this AD. And similarly, BQ plus QC will give you the length total is equal to BC. And automatically you will be reaching at your answer, that is AP plus CD is equal to AD plus BC. So 16 questions are there in this exercise. So 13 are there. So 8 I have covered through this lecture to you. I hope all of you will be able to understand. So make a note of the solution of these. Moreover, the YouTube lecture is also uploaded for your ready reference. You can go through that. Rest of the 5 questions I will be covering in next lecture to you. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.